2018-19 South Dakota Prep sports season is down to its final tournaments. State golf wraps up the year with 3 girls tournaments as well as the boys state B. The AA girls teeing off at Cattail Crossing in Watertown this afternoon. One of the top-ranked players in the state is Carly Kunkel of O'Gorman. She got out on the top quick and stayed there. Here a birdie on number 12. She currently sits tied for first at 75 with another golfer in her group, Morgan Strahl of Yankton. She goes for par on number 12 to stay toe for toe with Kunkel and tied for the lead, each 3 over par at 75. Not far behind is another Knight, Shannon McCormick, here for par on number 13. She came into the clubhouse tied for third with a 5 over par 77. And Watertown had a home representative in the top of the leaderboard. That's Megan Doctor for par on number 11. She wraps up her day tied for 6th. We take a look at the leaderboards. O'Gorman looks to be in good shape to win their 3rd straight title and 8th in 10 years. Should be quite a fight to the finish, though, for the individual title. Down in Yankton, the girls' B was at Fox Run. Both the B girls and boys originally supposed to be in Mitchell, but the courses couldn't handle it due to a lot of water. And this course couldn't really handle Dubrook's Courtney Frank, nearly chipping in right there as it danced around and didn't drop. She shot an 81. The 2017 state champ is on top. Castlewood's Lacey Coima also on 16 with a putt for birdie that she drains. She's currently tied for 9th. A similar line to the putt for Berks South Central's Taylor Indall. And the runner-up last year nails it. She shot an 83 and is 2 shots off the lead. Wind was really whipping around after some early morning storms. Flandreau's Kiva Bersheim for birdie on 17, scoots it just a little wide. She settles for par. We take a look at the leaderboard there. Berks South Central, a 1-shot lead on Dubrook. They are the defending state champs, but Dubrook had won the previous 4 state titles prior to last year, so that should be quite a battle when they conclude tomorrow afternoon. The boys' B was a couple of miles away over at Hillcrest Country Club, and we had some interesting action at number 9, where Hamlin's Devin Wheelborg, who was 4th last year, chipping for birdie. Doesn't get much closer than that. It stops on the lip of the cup, and he would settle for par. Also on number 9, James Valley Christian's Austin Boomsma booms his chip. It hits the cup but doesn't go in, and he has to settle for par. Moving ahead to number 10, Gregory's J.J. Beck, who was the runner-up last year, putting for a birdie. Pushes it a little bit wide to the left. He settles for par and is in contention as well. On number 11, Aberdeen Christian's Jeff Becker was on the beach, but he's going to get a nice sand save here to help save par. As we take a look at the team leaderboard, so far it's been all James Valley Christian. They have a 12-shot lead for the team title, and they have 2 of their golfers atop the leaderboard as well. In the girls' State A, which is actually out in Aberdeen, West Central has a 15-stroke team lead. Birkeland, the defending champ from Belle-Fourche, tied, though, currently with Kelsey Heath of Sisseton for the individual lead. All final rounds are tomorrow, and we will have plenty of coverage. Parker's Carly Peters was one of the stars at last week's state track meet, going out a champion, and now she's our Carl's TV and Appliance Athlete of the Week. Carly Peters has had a passion for track since she was 9 years old.
That is the senior from Parker, Carly Peters.
I like the competitiveness and how, at the end, you make so many different friends through it, and everyone wants the best for each other, but you get that kind of rush of energy, some nerves going through. I like that part. I like competing at big meets like this.
It's how the Parker senior rises to those moments that many of her peers might not be as open about.
When the stands are filled, you get a little more nervous, but with that comes better times and different competition to kind of push you to see what you can really do.
And that's helped Peters become one of the top sprinters in the state. 1 year after winning 4 state championships and MVP of the state meet, Carly took home 3 more titles, finishing her prep career with 9 state championships and 20 medals. She'll take those accolades to nearby Vermilion next year when she begins running at USD.
I think all my races will get a lot stronger, just training year-round and lifting and doing some extra work, which I'm really excited for, to kind of see what I can do at the next level now.
Where bigger crowds and bigger nerves could lead to even bigger things for Carly. The Roosevelt head coaching job used to be the crown jewel of South Dakota girls prep basketball, especially during their run of 111 consecutive wins and 5 straight state championships from 1997 through 2002. 17 years later, the program will be on its 4th coach in 7 seasons. David Maxwell resigned as the Rough Riders head coach today to take an assistant coaching position with the men's basketball program at his alma mater, the University of Sioux Falls. Maxwell coached 4 seasons at Roosevelt, going 38-54. He was a 4-year starter for the Cougars under current head coach Chris Johnson from 2009 through 2013, scoring 989 career points and pulling down 522 rebounds. If the press releases Thursday weren't enough, the University of North Dakota officially introduced former Northern State head coach Paul Sather as their new men's basketball coach this afternoon. After 62 wins the past 2 years in Aberdeen and back-to-back NSIC championships as well as a national runner-up finish, Sather takes over a UND program that struggled in its first Summit League season, and he knows the challenges well, having watched SDSU and USD from afar in Aberdeen.
Keeping that same philosophy, you don't want to start becoming something you're not. So we just get, you're looking for, maybe that a little bit higher level guy. But in the same respect, we went down to Arizona State 2 years ago and lost in double overtime. We've won at Butler in Henkel Fieldhouse on the last second shot. So we've proven that we can build teams that can play against Division I opponents.
Sather's ironing out his assistant coaching staff, might take a few of them from his Northern State staff as well as keep a few from the predecessor's staff. And finally, as you just saw on KDLT, the Boston Bruins and St. Louis Blues, the Stanley Cup final is even 2 games apiece as Boston falls to St. Louis 4-2. We're back in 1 moment.